Everyone seems to be very interested in getting into the minds of those who's got an avoidant attachment style. So in this podcast, I want us to look at how we could unveil the human behind the walls of an avoidant attachment style. If you haven't yet subscribed, I'm going to ask you to subscribe to this podcast so you can be updated on everything avoidant, anxious, or secure attached style. Now, let's talk a little bit about those with this particular attachment style. Someone with an avoidant attachment style can stand out as complex, and they're often misunderstood. They're known by their reluctance to open up emotionally and their tendency to keep others at arm's length. They generally present a facade of self-reliance and independence. However, behind the walls they have built around themselves, there lies a deeper story of vulnerability. They are people who have fears, and at the same time, while they're trying to keep these walls up and keep others at arm's length, there is a longing for genuine connection. At first glance, those with an avoidant attached style may come across as aloof or detached or even cold. It's their instinctual response to emotional intimacy. And they want to retreat, and this is only so that they could protect themselves from potential hurt or rejection. This is not a you thing. Every time someone with an avoidant attachment style gets close to someone, they suddenly start to pull back because of that fear. If I get too close to this person, they may walk away from me. They may reject me. And so they hold off for a very long time before coming in. And it's usually a risk. It's a huge risk for them to reach out and ask anything. Even if it's asking you out on a date, it's very terrifying. So you want to remember that they're struggling with their own internal dialogues, and it's got nothing to do with you. The best thing that you can do is pull back and allow them the space to process their emotions, come up with a proper way to communicate on their terms, and they will reach out. We want to remember that beneath this really tough exterior is a human being. And they are incredibly insightful. They have a very rich inner world that's filled with unmet needs. Like every human being, they also want to build connections. It's just that they have an incredible fear of abandonment, and they know that getting close to someone, they now run the risk of being left behind. For those who's got an avoidantly attachment style, building a close relationship can be a very daunting task. They're often afraid of how much they can lose. They can lose their independence. They can lose their autonomy. So if you want to build a relationship with someone who's got an avoidant attachment style, then you've got to be able to meet them at their needs as well. We can't be so concerned about me, I need to get this, I need to be secure, I need to feel safe. We have to be considerate of their feelings as well. And what would they need? They need to be reassured that their independence will not be taken away, that they still get to be an individual who gets to hang out with their friends, an individual who could travel without you, an individual who doesn't feel obligated to always show up to make sure that you're happy. And as individuals, we want to take responsibility for our own happiness, our own safekeeping. We want to get to a place where we can trust ourselves to manage and regulate our own emotions when we're triggered. It is not fair to put that responsibility, that burden, that pressure onto another human being. Yes, we're looking for healthy relationships. However, if you are dating someone or you're married to someone or you want to have a relationship with someone who's got an avoidant attachment style, we've got to look at the reality of this. We have to accept that this is an individual who is terrified of having their independence, their autonomy taken away. They're scared of rejection and abandonment. And that's just the way it is. Now we have a choice. Do we want to continue in this relationship, build up some empathy and still set our boundaries? Or we want to let them be? Right? And I get it. We all need to work on our healing. However, we also need to all look at the reality of what we're dealing with and not get caught up with idealizing an individual or a relationship. We don't want to look at an avoidant attached person, especially one who's not working on healing their attachment style, and say, well, you should be this person. And if you were this person, or when you become this person, this is what the relationship would look like. This is how I would feel. We have to see the person for who they are, accept what they can bring to the relationship, and make a decision for ourselves on, can we continue down this path with this particular person? We want to remember that those with an avoidant attachment style is generally in this space of self-preservation, and all of their actions are generally driven by the need to stay safe. It's got nothing to do with you. The best thing that you can do for you and the relationship and for your partner, if you choose to stay with them, is to allow them the space to be and to grow. And at the same time, you get to communicate your needs as well. Let me know in the comment section what your thoughts are about this podcast. If it's been helpful, feel free to share it. And don't forget, subscribe, and you will be alerted to every time there's a new podcast up. Until next time, I'm Annalisa Bahadur.